All right. Good afternoon or good morning, everyone, whatever the time that you are watching this specific video. I would like to apologize rather because I cannot be able to meet you as I've asked your permission because as of this moment, I'm working on my thesis writing. But don't you worry, I'm going to supplement everything that you are going to miss, no? So today we're going to discuss lesson number 33, 34, and 35. So for us to have an idea on the different topics pagdating sa bawat lessons, no, let's proceed first with lesson number 33. In lesson number 33, we have here the word endings ison and ason, word ending hood, symbol for the sound of ul. So let us proceed. Sa word ending Sean, if ever that we are going to look back to the previous lessons that we have, no, we have this so-called word ending Sean. Sometimes it is spelled out as Tion, Sion, and then Cian. Let's say the word is passion, physician. Remember that, right? We have also the word ending shent, wherein the word, let's say, for example, the word is patient, proficient, and then we have the shansi or let's say that one, no, let's say proficiency. So these specific word endings are being represented by the short downward straight line or the ish symbol plus but it is different from the word ending shent and word ending sinshi. So let us have a recap on the following. So the word ending shon, sometimes it is spelled out as Tion, Sion, Cian, is represented by a short downward straight line. So meaning to say, it is written from the top going down. Pagdating naman sa ating word ending shent, it is a combination of the ish and t. All right? Same thing with the shansi, we have the ish, s, and e to represent the shansi. Bakit tayo balik tanaw pagdating sa mga symbols na ito? Because we have this word ending ison and ason. Let's say the word is condition or accommodation. Here, class, it has a similar representation. But in this case, it is being represented by a joined ish symbol. Or again, it is a short downward straight line. Yan. So hindi kayo malilito dyan. All right? So let us try. So let's have the word condition. It is a combination of the word beginning con, the, and then we have the word ending shon. Let me correct it. So we have the condition. Conditional, you just simply put an L symbol, condition, and then plus the L symbol. Pagdating naman natin sa ating automation, we have the O, tem, and then Sean. The information, we have the word beginning in, for, M, and then Sean. Pagdating sa ating accommodation, it is a combination of a, word beginning com, M, and then we have the tiny O, and then Sean to represent the Asian. So, in this case, Cas, nakita nyo that the vowel that you are hearing are being omitted. This is part of the word ending. But hindi siya angkla or anchored with the minor vowel omitted because, as you can see, it is word endings, ison and ason. Ayun po yun ha. Huwag niyong kakalimutan. Alright? So you could try it for a minute. All right, very good. So let us proceed. Let's have the word ending hood. So the word ending hood is represented by a disjoined the symbol. All right. This time, as we all know, if we are talking about a disjoint symbol, no, it is a disjoint to the other symbols to create the specific outline, but that is still part of the outline. We just need to remember kung ano yung specific rule na susundin natin, kung paano natin siya susulatin. Okay? So let's try. Let's have the word neighborhood. So in the word neighborhood, it just simply you have to mix the N, A, B, R to represent the neighbor and then the hood is just simply the D symbol. So class, you have to write the word ending hood to the nearest last stroke. In this case, the nearest last stroke is the symbol R. So nearest last stroke. Sa pinaka malapit na huling stroke or symbol. Okay? Likelihood is just simply sorry, mangit. Dapat there should be a deep curve. Lik, and then the word ending li, and then the hood. Fatherhood, we have the F, other, and then we have the hood. That is how are you going to represent the word ending hood. Okay? So let us proceed. Let's have the lesson number 34. Sorry, the sounds of ul, I forgot. So the sound of ul is represented by just simply a tiny overhook. So this one, yan lang po siya. So pagdating sa concept of you write what you hear, supposedly, meron po siyang U at saka L to represent the sound of ul. However, in this case, the L symbol is omitted. The L symbol is omitted. Alright, tinanggal natin siya to facilitate the speed of writing. So, let us try. Let's have the word ultimate. So, we have here the ultem 80 or pahabain pa natin, sorry. So, we have the word beginning ultem 80 instead of u, l, and then we have the tem 80. Sobrang tagal, 'di ba? It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds to create it. So let's have the word consult. So we have the word beginning s, ulti, hindi po siya pwedeng s, ulti. All right, that is wrong. And then the word adult, we have sorry, A-D-U-T instead of A-D-U-T. All right? So that is wrong. So are you all following? All right, very good. Let us proceed. Now, let's talk about lesson number 34. Lesson number 34 is composed of the following. So we have the 8 brief forms, symbol for the sounds of word endings tichut and tichud. So now, let's proceed with the additional brief forms. So pagdating sa word na quantity, it's just an intersected K and T symbol. So we have the K, which is a short down short forward over curve, and then we have the T. All right? Appropriate is just simply PRP. Sorry, napuputol siya. Let me correct it. PRP. Sorry, it's supposed to be with O. PROP. Executive is XEKV. Wish is US, ish rather. Object is OBK. Subject is right S. Right S and J. Particular is just simply PRT. All right. Let me correct it. We have PRT. Program is PROG. So those are the following symbols. So let us create a specific derivatives. So to create the plural form of the word quantity, so just simply put a left S right after the T. So we have the K, T, and then left S. Appropriately, PRO, we have the word ending li. Secutive, to create its plural form, lagyan lang natin siya ng right S. Wish, so far, wish, and then T for the wished, to create its past form, object, and then if I'm going to put a V to have the word objective, particulars, PAT, and then we have the left S program. And then if we are going to add an S, no, it's going to be programs. Yeah, it's the right S. So are you all following? Those are an additional brief forms to you. Now, let's proceed with the sounds of earn and erm. The sound of erm, supposedly, pagdating sa concept of you write what you hear, no, you are going to combine the following. We have the ERN and then ERM for the sound of earn and erm. But in this case, class, you just simply remove the R symbol and you're going to keep the E and M symbol and E and N symbol only. EN and then EM. All right? So if you're going to look into the previous lesson, let's say the sound of ort, 'di ba? Yan. Yung ort natin in the concept of you write what you hear, it's supposed to be ORT. But in this case, it is also part of the omission wherein you're just going to create it as two symbol, the O and T symbol. All right. So now, let's try it on. Let's have the word turn. So we have the following. We have the T-E-N instead of T-E-R-N. That is wrong. We have the word return. We have the word beginning T-E-N instead of R-E-T-R-N. That is wrong. Here, alternated. So we have the alternated. Oh, sorry. Hold on for a second. Alternated. So we have the alternated instead of alternated. That is wrong. Determine, thank you na. Determine that imin instead of determined. Wrong. Okay? So that is how are you going to represent the sounds of earn and erm. Okay? Are you all following? Very good. Let's proceed with the word endings teachud and teachud. The word endings teachud and teachud is represented by a combination of the TET symbol. Instead of TET, U, and then D, that is wrong. Okay? So it's just simply TET. So let's have an example. So we have the word beginning in S, teachud, to represent the word institute. Constitute is con, write S, T-E-T. Attitude is A, T-E-T. Aptitude is A, P-T-E-T. So are you all following? Very good. You can try it at your home. Okay. So that's it. That is the end of lesson number 34. Let's proceed with lesson number 35. So in lesson number 35, we are going to articulate the following. So we have the minor vowels omitted. You're already familiar with this principle. We have the word beginnings a and ow, no? So it is almost similar with the article a or the sound of h, no? And then we have the word ending ingly. Later on, i-differentiate natin siya with the different gerund form wherein the sound of ing, the sound of ings, and this is the final stage, which is the word ending ingly. All right? So let's have the minor vowel omitted. So let's have the word previous is just simply P-R-E-B-U-S, right? S. Yan. So ulitin ko lang po, medyo nagloloko ang aking pen. So it is P-R-E-B-U-S, not P-R-E-B-U-S to represent the U. Same thing with the various. V-R-U-S instead of B-R-U-S. That is wrong. 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 So let's have the word serious. It is S-E-R-U-S, not S-E-R-U-S. That is wrong. Okay? So those are the minor vowels omitted. You can practice the other example na nakalagay sa inyong libro. So let's have the word beginnings and ow. All right? In this case, class, the word beginnings and ow is represented by a dot. Yan. Dot siya. All right? Now, this is going to be the question in your mind. One thing's for sure is saan natin ilalagay? Ngayon, kung meron tayong konsepto na that the word endings or specifically the disjoint symbol, no, kapag if it is uh going to be written at the end of the last stroke, it should be written to the nearest last stroke. Ngayon, pagdating sa word beginning or the sounds of and ow, or the word beginning and ow, it is going to be written no before the first stroke, bago ng first stroke, okay? Hindi siya within, hindi siya after, it is before. Okay? So let's have the word ahead. So the sound of or the ah, like let's say the word is yeah. So the dot is here to the nearest last stroke, first stroke rather, it is the E symbol. Same thing with the away, UA, and next is the aware, UAR. So again, it should be written to the before pala or after the first stroke. Uh, the first stroke here in the word ahead is E, though it is an H, no? Away is the U symbol or the double sound of W. And then the aware is also right after the U symbol or the W sound. All right? So are you all following? Okay. So let's proceed with the last topic, which is the word ending ingly. So let us have a recap on the previous lesson. So we have the word ending ing, wherein this is part of the tenses of the verb. So when a verb or a regular verb or irregular verb ends with an ing, we call that one as gerund. Meaning to say, it is in the continuous form, or meaning, in other words, it is an ongoing action. Let's say, as of this moment, I am talking instead of using talk, because talk is the base form. And if we are going to formulate its present continuous, meaning to say the action is ongoing, or that is happening. No? So we are going to end it with an ing. And next we have the ings. And then the last one is the word ending ingly. Now, sir, bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng baliktana with the other lessons? Because ay gusto ko makita ninyo kung ano yung pagkakaiba. So pagdating sa word ending ing, it is represented by a dot. And the instruction it should be written to the nearest last stroke. Nasa dulo ng pinakahuling stroke. Same thing with the ings. It can never be right S, but it is always left S. But it is a disjoined S symbol. Again, it should be written to the nearest last stroke. Now, the word ending ly is represented by a tiny circle, which is the E symbol. But if you're going to see it to the nearest last stroke at nasa dulo siya ng specific word, we call that one as the word ending ingly. So nakita niyo yung pagkakaiba. And again, the ruling should be it must be written to the nearest last stroke. So let's have an example. Let's have the word know. If I'm going to add an ing, it's going to be knowing. If I'm going to add an ing, it's going to be knowings. And then if I am going to add an ingly, it's going to be knowingly. Nakita niyo yung progress ng word. So let's say the word increasingly. We have the in, K, R, S. So we have the increasing, in, K, R, E, S. And then inks, increasings, and K, R, E, S. And then we have the word endingly to have the word exceedingly. Let's have the word exceed, then put ing, it is exceeding. We have the word ending ings, which is the exceedings. And then the last one is the exceedingly. So we have the word exceeding plus the word ending ingly. So do you follow? Okay, I'll give you time to practice writing at your home. All right. So far, so if you have any question, you can drop a message or um reach me out sa aking private messenger, or you could connect with your class representative. That would be the end of our lesson. So thank you so much for your time, and Bye-bye. Stop recording.